Good morning, you lovely lot. Welcome to a Sunday morning on Crafters TV. It is very early in the morning for some of you guys stateside, which you're already tuning in, which is lovely to see. I hope you're well. I hope you've got a busy day planned, or if you've got a quiet day planned. Either way, I hope you've got some crafting involved. We have got, a really, really good, spectacular first look coming your way within this first show. This is going to kickstart one of many Halloween items that we've got coming your way over the next couple of weeks, and boy, what a first one to have a look at. Now, what I do want to say when it comes to the website, we've got lots going on across there at the moment. We've got a lovely section where we've still got up to 50% off. We've got some brand new Violet Studio collections to have a look at. Best in Show, Little Circus, mini card making kit, punches, all there for you to click on. But check that out, 7 days of summer. We've got a new code today. It's Summer 40. Now, when it comes to individual items, you're going to be able to get 40% off the most expensive item in your basket. So when it comes to this promotion here, as I said, it is all about individual items, and that 40% is going to be taken off the most expensive one. What you do need to do at checkout, you need to put in Summer 40. That's then going to take off that 40% off that most expensive item. Now, I do have to say, it does exclude your bundles. It does exclude any of the August launches, which really essentially is only the Violet Studio collections that you've just had a look at there on the website. It does exclude gift cards as well, and also it will exclude your machines. It is one use per customer, so shop wisely across on the website. So as I said, that's 40% off individual items, where the 40% will be taken off the most expensive item. That's across on crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Summer 40 is what you need to put in, and it's going to end at 11:59 tonight, your time, wherever you are across the globe, before, well, we're on day 2 of summer, so who knows what's going to be popping up tomorrow. I will let you know tomorrow when it's myself and Debbie Robinson. But this is all about today. This is Sunday, this is Crafters TV, and this is, of course, the first look. I am not on my own. We're back together again after, well, it's been about a week or two since we were together. We're going to be having a look at something brand new, Lily, when it comes to Halloween.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited about this. I always love a first look. First looks are always super exciting because we get to bring you a brand new sneaky peek of something that is coming in just a few weeks' time. So it's just that little look ahead into the future of the goodies that we have got coming your way. And like Craig said, this is all about Halloween, but I don't want you to just think of this collection as for your Halloween makes, because think all of your autumn, all of your fall, perhaps your Thanksgiving, maybe a harvest festival, all those sorts of makes that you'll be doing in just a few months' time. This is going to be absolutely perfect for all of those. So make sure you join us not only for this full show, but for the full day as well, because we've got so many treats lined up. Super excited. Hope you can join us.
Absolutely, we do. So yes, this is all about the first look, but what we have got as well, within the mid-show today, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 AM Eastern Time, 6 AM Pacific Time, we're going to be opening up that craft vault again, where you're going to be buying one and you're going to get an item for a penny. Now, myself and Corin, we were looking at some yesterday. We've got some new ones as well today, so don't think it's just going to be a repeat and a rinse of yesterday. We've got some brand new ones as well. I say buy one, get one for a penny. We had things where it was buy one, get two for a penny. We had buy 3, get 3 for a penny. So it is going to be exceptional when it comes to the website and that craft vault. And then with it is being Sunday, we're going to be having a look at Second Chance Sunday, having a look at these new items that may have been new within this past week, or new-ish deals anyway, and those that are still remaining, we're going to be having a look at them within Second Chance Sunday. So that's myself and Lily all day today. We've got Dean, who is in the gallery, we've got Charlotte in the gallery, and we've got Jake once again. So same team as yesterday, just minus Corin, but we've got Lily instead. So it's a lovely treat and bonus your way all day today. We've got Grace on the socials, as I alluded to a moment ago. So many of you are already tuning in. We'll say good morning before we have a look at our first look and go straight to Lily to see what we can be doing. Lois is in saying good morning, everyone from Ohio. Good morning to you. Gemma5203 is saying good morning, y'all, from Janet in Dallas. Oh, the wrestling's going to be in Dallas, Texas. Did you see SummerSlam last night? I'm not too tired. I'm all right. Good event. Sweet Imp is saying hi all around the globe. Well, hello to you as well. We've got Alison saying good morning from Brooklyn, New York. Sherry is saying good morning, Craig. Lily and team watching from Kansas. Excited for anything Halloween. Now, I think today, Lily, we can officially say we are going big for Halloween this year at Crafters
We certainly
Companion.
are. Oh my goodness. I know how much you love Halloween, Craig. This year, we are literally pulling out all the stops. The amount of Halloween launches we have got is absolutely incredible. We listened to your guys' feedback last year. You absolutely lapped up that Sarah Signature Halloween box that we brought you last year. And we thought, do you know what? We've got to go big this year. We have got so much coming your way. Don't matter what sort of crafting you like to do. We've got dies. I was playing with some new launches that we've got coming up in a few weeks just last night. Obviously, we've got these shape cards. We've got a collection as well. I know a fella who's very, very excited about that because he gets to launch it here on Crafters TV. But my goodness me, we are going off with a bang when it comes to Halloween this year. Very, very exciting.
Absolutely. I'm going to say one of the big launches that we've got, I'm so excited because I get to launch it with Lily. It's going to be the other way around. I'll be on the demonstrating side. That's later on in the month. Myself and Debbie have got a big first look in 13 days' time. That's going to be the 20th of August, where Debbie will be on this side, I'll be on the other side, and we'll look at everything all Halloween. But we're just giving you that initial look into something that is also exciting, being these card-shaped bases. But we are going to look at them just in a second. Let's finish off the hellos for now. We've got Shelley saying good morning, Craig and Lily. We've got Hannah Gosling Smith is saying, whoopsie, almost missed the show because I was busy watching 90 Day Fiancé. Oh no, you don't want to miss us for that.
No.
I've heard it's good. I don't watch it. The only bits I see is when I watch Gogglebox and they're watching it.
Yeah.
I have heard that it's good, but no, we're better. We're definitely better. Always. All things Halloween. Gemma is saying 5 a.m. here in Dallas. Need my coffee. Well, I've got my copy already. Crafty C saying good morning, fellow crafters. So excited for this show with a little pumpkin emoji. Zoe Carver saying good morning, everyone from West Sussex. Laurie Barnett is saying yay for new fall Halloween goodies. That's a key thing as well. A lot of the new launches incorporate fall and autumn as well, not just Halloween, which is going to be great. And Sherry Morris is saying good morning, Craig, Lily and the team watching from Kansas. Really excited for Halloween. Yeah, it's not too far away. We have got a little bit more sunshine today than we did yesterday. The rain is gone for now. So let's dive in and have a look at our first look. Now, this is going to be launching with Sarah and myself. Dean, can I tell the date?
Yeah.
15th of August. So this is going to be a pre-first look, big first look, that's going to be launching with Sarah and myself on the 15th of August. And it is our shaped card-based dies and stamps. So what we've got, I'm going to bring these in this way here. So we've got the two of these ones. We've got the pumpkin. Now, this is what I was alluding to a moment where, of course, pumpkin and Halloween, they go hand in hand. But autumn time, fall time, you know, you can start to team these with your oranges, your reds, your yellows. You've got that gorgeous sunflower there that you can then, of course, team throughout the year. But this is all about the pumpkins. You're going to get 21 elements within this one here. You're going to get a load of stamps and you're going to get a load of dies as well that you can build your pumpkin. Now, when I say building your pumpkin, you can do something like that one there. So you literally do build your pumpkin and that's going to be your card. That's going to be your card base. Of course, you can use them straight onto a card, bring in your pattern papers, bringing in your linen cardstock. What about little bits of home decor around the house over fall and autumn time and the Halloween? But then what about what Alison's done? If you love all of your model making, your construction, what about doing something like that? What a great way, upcycling any of your old books that you've got. But that is all the elements, 21 elements in total that you're getting within that pumpkin spice. I really do hope that that coffee chain do another pumpkin spice this year. Love them. But then look at that, the Wicked Witch. Now within that one, you've got 41 elements. This is jam-packed full with all these dies that you can then create your card base, decorate that hat, that witch's hat. You've got the legs, you've got all the additional embellishment for the strap. Of course, you're going to be able to do that with the boots as well. I mean, look at that card there. How fun is that? Black card, orange card, green cardstock, purple card. Maybe a little nod to something else later on in the month. But then, of course, what about doing your fold backs, your Z-fold cards. You don't have to use the feet altogether or the boots, just use the hat or just use the boots. But again, these are your card-based dies. So the initial idea is for you to be able to create your card blank out of them, but then there's no reason that you can't be using these in many other ways as well. Bring in your shimmer sprays, bring in your pigment ink pads, bring in just your Centura Pearl or just your linen cardstock. These are something that I know so many of you, if not all of you, are going to love. The embellishment dies as well, with that spider web, you've got some of the spiders, the detail dies as well. This is one that I know. Do you know something, Lily? I'm pleased that this is what we're going to be kicking off with, because this is going to be a key staple basis as to what we're going to be launching later on in the month, and they're so fun to get creative with.
Oh, they absolutely are. Honestly, these are such fun. They're great scrap busters as well, so if you've got your scraps of cardstock hanging around, these are absolutely perfect for that. But they're great just to sit down, cut all of your elements out and just start building these up. And honestly, I think you'll have an absolute blast, as I have, putting these together when you get yours home in just a few weeks' time. First up though, we're going to start off with the Wicked Witch. And I just want to say straight off the bat, if you saw just over about a couple of weeks ago, Sarah launched those incredible Christmas card shapes. These are basically a continuation of those. Add these to your collection, they will complete that collection. So we've got the Christmas designs that we've already got. This is the autumn, the fall, the Halloween version of those fabulous Christmas card shapes. So if you've already got the Christmas, you'll know how good they are. You'll know that you'll want to complete your collection with these fabulous extra 2 sets. Just love these. But we're going to start off with the Wicked Witch. I want to show you kind of the intended way that we have to use these. Like we're calling them our card shapes. So these are about creating your card bases. I will show you as we go out the show, and we've already seen some of the samples, that you can actually use these for toppers, for other sorts of decorations. But let's get cutting and let's show how we can create that shape card very quickly and easily. So I'm going to be bringing in some of the cardstock that we've actually got on the show. So you'll find this over on the Shop the Day page over on our website. This Centura Pearl bundle is being put together specifically to work with all your Halloween makes. It's absolutely perfect for the elements that we've got within these dies, so everything's going to match together perfectly. And I've taken a sheet of the black Centura Pearl. Okay. Absolutely love the finish on this. I think there's something so stylish about the black Centura. I think it's gorgeous. And what we're going to do is going to cut the hat and we're going to cut the 2 boots. Love the fact that you've got the 2 boots included, so obviously you've got the left and the right facing.
Absolutely.
When it comes to these, obviously it just makes it look right. You don't want to be flipping your die over, not having the beveled edge. So the fact that you've got both of those included is brilliant. And then you've got these 2 slightly odd looking dies. You might wonder what they are. Well, those are actually what creates the legs when we're popping our card together. And again, I love the fact that we've included 2, so it means that we can cut 2 at once, and it just saves us time when we're doing our die cutting. So I'm going to cut a couple of those, and then also from some white cardstock, just our multi-purpose, we're going to cut a few of the stars, because of course, as well as all of those individual dies that will cut our card base and cut that card shape for us, we've also got all of the decoration, which is brilliant to have that all included.
It is, isn't it?
I love that. It just makes it so easy. We're not having to look elsewhere in our stash for other dies. Maybe you've not got a lot of Halloween items in your stash already. You don't need to worry about decoration, because everything is literally included in this one set, which is amazing. Why that's doing that, I don't know. Gosh. I think there might be something in the drawer that should not be in there. But
someone popped something in
we shall see. So run those through your die cutting machine, just like so. I think it's this drawer is not open at the back.
Is it?
The drawer wasn't quite open. We should be good to go, but I believe it has cut all right. Yeah, we've cut absolutely perfectly. So you can see one pass through the machine, and of course these will fit through your smaller machines as well. But the beauty of using your full-size Gemini just means that you can cram more onto that sheet, so you can get more cut at once.
Definitely, yeah.
So perfect for saving your time.
It's when like you say, all that detail. Now the legs, you could easily just cut a couple of strips of cardstock, but sometimes it could look a little bit uneven, because you've got that right shape. It's kind of like an elongated egg shape that works with the shape of the legs, essentially, and the feet, and it's all that attention to detail.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, we could cut a little rectangle, but first of all, it would take us more time. And second of all, like you say, Craig, it wouldn't look quite as perfect as what we've got with the dies here. Just makes everything super, super simple. Everything has been thought about, which is what we absolutely love when it comes to our dies here at Crafter's Companion. So let's pop these out. I love these star dies. I think these are going to be ones that you'll be using time and time again in lots of different projects, not just for these card shapes. It's always useful to have your little star dies. I'm thinking as well, if you're creating your confetti, elements for your shaker cards as well, these would work an absolute treat.
They would be really, really good. What I'm going to say as well, I'm going to point your direction to what Charlotte's popped on the screen. So today, tomorrow, over the next couple of days, even week or so, if you see any deals when it comes to black cardstock, green cardstock, purple cardstocks and Tura Pearl, grab it, because you're going to be using lots when it comes to Halloween this year. For instance, we've got the matte black cardstock. It is your A4. Now, it's 3 packs of your black matte cardstock, so it's giving you 120 sheets in total, $19.98 or $29.98. If you're platinum, that's going to come down to $15.98 or $23.98. Grab it today, because trust me, you're going to be using lots like me and Lily have been.
You certainly will. And as well, we have a fabulous bundle. We'll take a little look later of Centura Pearl, which the black is included in. So do definitely check both of those out. So what we've got, we've obviously just cut our little hat and a few of the other items. For the card shape, you'll need a couple of the hats. And on one of them, all you're going to do is just turn it over to reverse and just pop a little score line in, maybe about 1 inch or so from the top. It does not have to be precise or an exact measurement, but you just need a score line onto there, which is what's going to form our glue tab to actually stick the two together. So we'll have one which will form the front of our card base and one which will form the reverse. Of course, you can do that technique where you actually hang the die over the fold of a piece of cardstock that you've folded in two, but I just find personally that technique is a little bit easier. But before we stick those together, we're going to start decorating up our hat.
Okay.
So we're moving on to our hat, which is our front piece. And I've die cut a few of the other embellishments already, all good to go. Oh dear, who's been using glitter paste on this mat? It's a little bit sticky. I wonder who was demonstrating yesterday.
In actual fact, I can't really say anything, because if I say anything, I might give something away, so...
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Craig.
Yeah, let's just brush over that one,
yeah,
Lily.
mine's actually in the office.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got to take it home tonight, but yeah. Glitter paste everywhere.
If you've seen my Insta story, you're going to be able to put 2 and 2 together and work out what we mean.
As well, if you're liking your glitter paste, make sure you stay tuned for Second Chance Sunday, because we will be sharing a few techniques with our Christmas glitter paste. And I have to say, it was actually yesterday when I was prepping my demos, it was the very first time I'd ever used our glitter paste.
Really?
I know. I don't know why it took me so long, but honestly, Craig, I was having the best time just pasting through stencils, all the Christmas stencils. Honestly, I was surprised how easy it was. So I am now hooked on our glitter paste. So if you want to get a little bit of inspiration when it comes to those, do tune in tonight
More
for
so,
Second Chance.
what I would say, within that set that Lily's using right now, you've got loads of circles for the detail of the hat. You've got stars. What about cutting a load of them into acetate and then using your glitter paste through the acetate backdrop that you've created? So then all the dots, instead of being die cut on the hat, they're going to be all glitter circles.
Oh, what an idea that is. Oh, how about using it as like a stencil with your shimmer sprays?
Exactly, all of that.
Think of all the different techniques you can do. Wow, it is incredible when you start to think about it, isn't it? Absolutely love it. So we have got our couple of boots there. We've popped our little buckles on. Those are included as a die. You're not having to look in your crafty stash. Or can you imagine trying to cut that by hand? Oof. I mean, I love my fussy cutting, but that is not happening, quite frankly. Not in a month of Sundays. So I love the fact that you're getting it included as a die. A few of the stars, I've cut some of them in white cardstock that we just saw being cut a moment ago. And then I've got a few of them in our pumpkin Centura Pearl. Now this is one that you're definitely going to need to get your hands on for all of your Christmas launches. Whether it is these card shapes, whether it is other items that we've got coming up over the Halloween season, you'll be using this cardstock an awful lot. I mean, the combination of the black and the orange, that just screams Halloween, doesn't it? Absolutely.
While you're using that die, Lily, there's a really good question coming from Linda, and actually it makes me really excited for anyone that does soft craft. Linda's asking, can these dies cut fabric as well?
Oh my goodness, what an idea. I hadn't even thought of that. Yes, yes, yes. So your outer dyes, like these, the hat, like your boots, absolutely. Only ones I'd say, anything dead detailed, like your little spider webs, you're obviously going to struggle with that when it comes to fabric. But just swap your plates out so you've got your plate combinations that will work with your fabrics. And oh my goodness me, can you imagine these applique on maybe bags, cushions? Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. What a fabulous question. I love it when we get questions like that come
really
through.
Good at question,
Brilliant.
Isn't it?
Love that, yeah. Oh, gosh, can you imagine as well the pumpkin, if you're going to do like fall decorations for your home?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Oh, amazing. Fabulous idea. But yeah, if you've got any sorts of questions about any of these items that we're featuring as part as First Look, please do let us know. We'll do our best to answer. That is
absolutely.
For sure.
Just while you're sticking those few down, we've got Sarah Brown is saying, hello everyone. Hoping you're all well. Sending you love and hugs to my crafty friends. Special hugs to Lily and Craig. Hope you're both well. I'm very well, thank you very much. Lily, are you well?
I'm very well as well, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Hope you're well too.
Excellent. Dean, are you well?
He's alive,
he said. He's
Some
alive.
days we can't ask for much more.
He's here as well. He's alive, he's here, and he's present, he said. So that's the main thing. Charlotte, are you well? Oh, yeah, she's good. Wow. She is good.
For
I'd asked
Sunday.
Jake, but I think he's just away sorting bits and pieces out. But we are all very well. Grace Emerson, good morning from Hawaii. It's just after midnight.
Wow.
I'm so glad that you guys are tuning in for this look. Remember, it is going to be launching on the 15th of August with Sarah and myself. So, you know, not too long to wait, but it's going to be exciting to know that. The different things you're going to be able to make. Elaine's in from Illinois. Sherry's saying they both look amazing. Oh, that's the dye sets. I thought you were meaning me and Lily there.
Oh, well,
but,
thank you. We'll take that.
Looking forward to the demos, but I know what you mean. Definitely the dye sets. Lisa, capital letters, outstanding. We've got Alison Lee saying, ordered the Centura Pack bundle yesterday. So ordered the Centura Pack yesterday and have leftovers from last year. Gosh, the dies are bigger than I thought. They're incredible sizes.
They are.
As Lily said, once she's done that demonstration, we'll come back and look at Centura Apparel that we've got. But Diane's in saying, hello everyone, I just love these two sets. Michelle Harris says these would make great home decor. Yep. Betty's in from Idaho. Sherry's in saying, love the detail on the witch's hat. Loads of detail. Shaddai is saying that hat is versatile. It can be used as the witch's dress too.
Oh, yeah.
There's a point.
Great idea.
Really good idea.
Love that. Love it when you guys at home come up with all your different ideas. Find it so exciting to hear your take. But we just started to layer this up just like so. And I'm using my glass mat and the lines on there to help me sort of get this even. But it's up to you. You could have the hat on a quirky angle if you wanted to. You've got options with this. The reason why you've got options is because every single die is separate. So it's completely up to you how you choose to layer them up. Now, we've created the front of our card. We're just going to pop on, actually. We've got a little spider that we'll have hanging off our little hat there. I think it's so cute to have all these little details included. It really is the details that make these cards look super, super special. But of course, the embellishments, you don't just have to use these as part of these card shapes. You can be using them on other cards as well. How cool is that? How cute is that? Love it. So what we've got to do now, obviously we've got our back hat there, but obviously we're going to need our legs sticking out of the back as well. So we've got another pair of the little boots here, and then we've got another pair of the legs here. Sounds a bit funny saying that, doesn't it? Another pair of the legs.
Another pair of legs.
Another pair of legs.
I'm looking at that, and I'm just thinking of Bette Midler in Hocus Pocus. Now, we tend to talk about what's your favourite Christmas film. What Halloween film do you love? Now, it doesn't have to be horror Halloween. It could be kind of like, what was it, the old Disney one, Halloween Town, or it could be Hocus Pocus. Or, well, the witches, I'm going to say, yes, that is going to count as a Halloween, because you've got the witches, maybe not themed around Halloween, but certainly the original with Angelica Houston. That's a cracking film. Let us know, let Grace know in the comments, what's your favourite Halloween or film, or like Christmas time, is there a film that's not Halloween based, but you feel you have to watch it at Halloween? I've got a few like that, like Christmas. Planes, Trains and Automobile. It's not a Christmas film, but I watch it at Christmas. It makes me feel Christmas. Have you got something equivalent for Halloween? Let us know.
Let us know indeed. Right, the way I find easiest to line these up, so obviously we've decorated our one for the front, but we need one that's going to go on the back. So for me, I've stuck my tights into the boots. Find that easiest to do first. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my boots, and I've done the left one, but I'll show you on the right one. Line that up. I've already got a little bit of adhesive at the top there. Line up your card with that back piece of the card there, as if we've stuck it into position, but we're not going to stick it just yet. And then line up the boot with the front boot. And it doesn't have to be absolutely bang on, so don't stress yourself about this at all, but just so you get it roughly lined up. Once you're happy that that's about in position, all you're going to do, I'm just going to manoeuvre that slightly, is stick that down, and that's going to stick that, oh, I've stuck it to the wrong side. You need to stick it to the reverse of your boot onto there. So let's pop that down like so, lining that up, other way round. So you're lining up your two hats there, and then line up that front boot with that back boot. Once you're happy that's about in position, stick that down, and that will have stuck to the reverse of your, sort of the inside of your card, if you like. Then what I'll do is I'll take the two and just layer them together. I think I might need a little bit more glue on my cobweb, but not to worry, let's just pop a bit of tacky glue just to make sure that holds in position. Absolutely love this die, and it works a treat like we've done here, drop shadowing. So we've cut one in our gold mirror cardstock, and that's another thing I'd definitely say, check out the website, stock up on that, ready for all our Halloween launches. Your gold and your silver is another go-to for me when it comes to all of my Halloween crafting. You'll see a lot of that throughout my demos. But your black cards, so your matte black and your black Centura pearl, and that fabulous bundle of Centura that Craig will be showing you in just a moment, definitely do stock up on that, because at the end of the day, we can't guarantee that when we actually launch these, that we'll have all of those colourways in stock. So I definitely grab that while you can now, while we've got it in stock, and then you can sort of complete your collection with these amazing Halloween dies.
Can you imagine if you sell these, Lily? Imagine these being on your stall, if you've got them all sitting up, or if you use your template library and use the rocker, or your shaped card basis that's got the rocker.
Absolutely. Can you imagine? That would look incredible. Now, all we need to do, that is a standing card base, just like so. You can see all we've got is we have got our adhesive just along that tab there, which is what allows that to stand. But just to finish it off, I had to bring some of these in because I love the fact that we include the sentiments on there as well. And some embellishments too, so if you want to add extra little details, you can absolutely be doing that with this collection. Love the fact that literally there is no stone unturned when it comes to these. We're including everything you'll need to make the most incredible finished cards, or it doesn't just have to be cards. Think of using these as embellishments on your scrapbook pages.
Definitely.
How incredible would that be? Perhaps they're going to be decorating treat boxes that you're going to be giving the kids to take round for trick-or-treating. That would work incredible as well. So think of all the different ways that you can be using these. But I think we'll pop that onto there just like so, just to complete that. And how quick and easy was that? That is the intended concept, of course, of how we can use our fabulous dies to create our very own shape cards. But you've seen how quickly, how easily that is. Literally just a bit of cutting, a little bit of sticking in. It doesn't like to stand up on our glass mat, but if we get that into position, it should stand up just like so. Absolutely fabulous, but so quick and easy when you've got the dies.
That is absolutely awesome. That is so, so cute. The things that you can make, again, standing freehand, it could be on a card base, it could be a shaker, of course, home decor, applique, all these different things you're going to be able to use for sure. Such a great, great way in which you can use them. Remember, these are going to be launching with Sarah and myself on the 15th of August. This is your shaped card base die. So let's have another wee look at the actual dies, because I've taken them out the packaging here. So you've got the pumpkin. So this really does showcase the size of the pumpkin die. I'm just going to put just my water bottle just to the side here so you can actually see the actual size. And we'll look at them again later on within this show, but you've got that really big sizable outer die. You've got all these additional little pumpkins, a little sunflower as well in the foliage element. You're going to then be getting all these stamps, so you can then be die cutting your pumpkin, and these little curvatures, they're going to create that curve of the pumpkin. But you've got autumn leaves and pumpkin, please. Oh my gosh, I'm just wishing for that to happen soon. We're at that horrible in-between stage of summer and autumn that you don't know what one's what. So we really want autumn to come along. We've then got wishing you a harvest of happiness, pumpkin spice and everything nice. We've got hey there pumpkin. We've even got give thanks and bless. So, you know, if you do celebrate Thanksgiving here, you know, across in the UK, as many do, you know, you guys stateside are going to be using that a lot, but we've popped that in there as well here in the UK or beyond, that you're going to be able to use that if you celebrate. So that is your pumpkin. But then what you're also going to be getting as well within the set is the Wicked Witch. So you're going to be getting all of these dies. Now even look at these circles and these little stars. These are going to be great for just additional embellishments on every card, project, home decor that you use. But when it comes to this, it's got the hat, it's got the boots, as Lily was saying, absolutely perfect for your fabrics if you want to. But then when it comes to the stamps, you've got lots of embellishment stamps as well as the sentiment stamps. So you've got cheers, witches, you've got wicked, you've then got have a boo-hoo, have a boo-hoolish birthday. Fabulous birthday. You've then got Happy Halloween. That I'm going to be using a lot, just that generic Happy Halloween. You've got Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet. You've then got You Say Witch like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing when it comes to Halloween. But then you've got your half spider web, your full spider web as well. So thinking of all your embossing powders. So you're going to be getting that as well. So both of them are going to be coming within that launch day set on the 15th of August with myself and Sarah. But as I was saying beforehand, Lily saying as well, this is going to be the opportunity today into tomorrow, the next few days as well, stocking up on all your colour cardstock when it comes to autumn vibes and Halloween vibes. Now we've got, which I can't believe that they've done this, these are colours that you're going to want to use. So what have we done? We've classed this as a craft vault deal, where you're buying X and you're getting X for a penny. You're going to get your Centura Pearl Halloween. Now this is your 5 bundles, so it's going to be 80 sheets in total. You're going to get this for £22 or $34. You're going to be saving 20%. Now if you're platinum, that's going to come down to £17.60 or $27.20. You're going to be paying for your black Centura Pearl. So it's 310 GSM, so perfect for your card bases when it comes to the dies we just showed you there. And you're going to get your 10 sheets. Now within this one here, it is that pure black Centura Pearl. So you're going to be getting that one. So essentially that's what you're going to be paying for. You're also then going to be paying for the pumpkin. So once again, 10 sheets, A4 in size, 310 GSM. You've got that gorgeous pumpkin colour. And then also you're going to be paying for this full wad of darks. Now you've got your purple, you've got more of the black, you've got your chocolate brown, you've got your navy blue, and then you've then got your off silver as well. Once again, incredible colours for the autumn and certainly for Halloween. So essentially, these three are what you are paying for. Really, they are £21.99 or $33.99. For one extra penny, you're going to be getting the deep purple. So you're going to be getting the deep purple, 10 sheets, 310 GSM, Centura Pearl. And also, you're going to be getting the Christmas green. Now, of course, this is great for your foliage elements of your Halloween cards, or just Halloween in general. Halloween, you know, I'm thinking of the purples and the greens, etc., with the blacks. So you're going to get that. So these two are coming to you for a penny. Easiest way to describe it to you, all of that, you're going to be £22 or $34. You've got a 20% saving on that today's price. However, if you are platinum, that's going to come down to £17.60 or $27.20 for your purple Centura Pearl, your green, your black, your pumpkin, and also the full whack of darks, which is giving you all of these dark tones as well. There really is not a better bundle where it comes to being Halloween within this Halloween bundle here. If you are one that isn't inclined to make Halloween cards, it's just a really good bundle to have to just stock up on your Centura Peril stash. So it's a 5-pack bundle, however in total it's giving you 80 sheets, £22 or $34. You've got a saving of over 20%, but if you are platinum you're going to be £17.60 or $27.20. Remember, we do have our summer extravaganza going on on our website. So what you can do, your 7 days of summer, you're going to be able to get 40% off your most expensive individual item across on the website. So if you are popping individual items into your basket at checkout, if you put summer 40, that's going to take 40% off the most expensive item. Now it does exclude bundles, it does exclude your machines, and it does also exclude your gift cards. The other thing as well is it does exclude any August launches. We've not really had any. We've got some Violet Studio that are across on the website. That is excluded, and it's one use per customer. So have a look at Shop the Day today. Have a look at what we've got as individual items or just throughout that whole website. And as I said, when it comes to individual items in your basket, the most expensive one will get 40% taken off. So that's crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Right, we're going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets. If you are new to us or you've still been on the fence of joining Club Inspire, like why would you? Because it's completely free, you've got lots of benefits, then, well, the boss is going to be back soon, but before then, here she is to tell you all about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong.
Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry, yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
Roll, foam on a 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 roll.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some...
Loving some of these films that you're sending through. Mary Ann Rosie saying Practical Magic. That's got Neve Campbell, isn't it? A young Neve Campbell in it, if I'm thinking correctly, from Scream. She's in that one. I've not seen that one in ages. Michael Adams is saying, good morning, Craig and Lily. Great show. Excellent. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're going to have...
For a second then I thought, the Michelangelo, he's come back to life and he's watching Crafters TV.
Did I say Angelo, did I?
No, I thought you were going to say it. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. No, that really would be scary if Michelangelo was watching.
Wow.
Or what one? The artist or the Teenage
artist.
Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Don't want a turtle watching us, the artist, yeah.
I don't know, I probably would rather have the turtle.
I mean, I'd take either alive, but...
He was always my favourite, the one with the orange band.
There you go. Maybe he's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. If you're watching Michelangelo, let us know.
Also, I've got my films wrong. So Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman is in Practical Magic. I'm not a fan of Nicole Kidman. That is just Craig Laird's own opinion, not the opinion of Crafters TV, might I add. We've got Kirsty D is saying, favourite film is Practical Magic, Vampire Diaries, Is Dracula dead? Oh, Is Dracula Dead? And loving it. So funny. I don't know, I've seen that. Ghost film is definitely Beetlejuice, one of my all-time favourite. I cannot wait for the remake of Beetlejuice. I am so excited, although I believe it's been postponed now till the following year because of all the writer strikes that's going on. But really, really looking forward to that. Lindsay's in saying Hocus Pocus and the true story of Emily Rose. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Suzanne is saying Nightmare Before Christmas is my daughter's favourite. Yeah, I can get that one. Tina is saying awesome card. That is lovely, Lily. Lois is saying such a sweet card. Thank you for showing us, Lily. We've got Michelle Harris saying we have to wait a whole week. Boo. Ha. Made it funny. I know, this is the new dies that Sarah's going to be launching. It's going to be on the 15th of August. We've then got Lynn Harvey is saying, my hubby's birthday is the 31st of October, so these sets will be great to have. You're going to have them in perfect time, well in advance. Diane is saying, that's such an awesome card, Lily. And Suzanne is saying, spectacular card, Lily. We're going to go back to Lily just in a moment. I believe she's going to be having a look at the pumpkin. But let's have a look here, because as well as die cutting the witch's hat and the embellishments with the pumpkin into your Centura Pearl and linen cardstock and pattern paper, of course, you can start to then do all your own colour effects. You can colour the die cuts if you want to. So we've got our Aquamarker set. So this is your 3-pack set. So you're going to be getting 3 packs, giving you 36 pens in total. Now you're going to be getting the nature. So within each of these, you have got 12 pens. Now you've got your brush nib at one end, and then you've got your fine nib at the other end. When it comes to aqua pens, one of the most ingenious techniques I have seen in many years was courtesy of Sheena. Just about a week and a half ago, the last time she was on, Sheena Wednesday, where she drew a line with her aqua pen and made the most incredible background. Check that one out. But then you're also then going to be getting the primaries, and then you're also going to be getting the essentials. So when it comes to these 3 here, you're going to be $55.17 or $71.88. You're saving $13.80 or $17.97. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to $44.14 or $57.50. This is how they start to look. So these are all water-based. So you've got the nature. Water-based for me is a very forgiving form of colouring, because you can start to add colour if you want with ease, but real ease, you're able to take away colour. Now, it is possible with your alcohol colouring, it's just a little bit more time consuming to do that. You've got your primaries. Now, not only can you start to create the different shades, you can start to create your own colours as well by mixing away. Use your water brush, use a paintbrush and water, or of course you can use things such as your sparkle medium. So with these being aqua, these are your water base, and as I say, you do have your brush nib and that fine nib at each end. You've got the essentials, you've got your primaries, and then you're also going to get the natures as well. I've got a board here with just a few techniques just to give you the ideas. As always though, do check out our Crafters TV YouTube channel, check out Colour Me Happy, check out Sheena's Wednesday shows, where you're going to see so many uses for these water-based pens. You can do the resist effects, where you're stamping and doing your heat embossing. I love that technique. You can then do your white emboss, so essentially that is stamping and embossing with your white embossing powder, and then colour in the middle. Salt technique, such a fun technique. You know, you can then stamp with the pens as well, and then you can then stamp with the pens and then start to draw the colour out from the actual outline of the image. That is just 5 of probably hundreds of techniques that you're going to be able to cover when it comes to anything that is water-based. Of course, start to take what you've learnt from Leanne in the Academy of Colour. Even start to take things that you learnt from me if you're in the craft club within our Try Aqua pens, was what, the 2nd edition, I believe. So all these things start to tie them together. But $55.17 or $71.88 with a platinum price of £44.14 or $57.50. But this show is all about the first look, so let's have another quick first look at the brand new dies and stamps before we go straight across to Lilly here, because this is going to be the first of many Halloween items that you're going to see from Crafters Companion this year. Now, we've got our pumpkin spice, which as we can see what we've got here. We've got the pumpkin, we've got the embellishment, the foliage, as well as that sunflower. But then what you're also going to get is all these coordinated stamps as well. So you're going to get these that are going to be able to be used within, of course, the die cutting of the pumpkin, but then what you're also going to get, incidentally just to say, that is the one that Lily's away to look at next, but when it comes to that one there, that is the witch's hat. You've got the boots there, these little odd egg shape, elongated egg shape, for anyone that's unsure, that's going to be for the legs, but then you're going to get all of these stamps as well. So you've got these quirky sentiment stamps, you've got a couple of the embellishment stamps such as the half spider web and that full spider web as well. All of these ones are what are going to be launching with Sarah and myself the 15th of August. What I would say as well is check out that small and large foam pad bundle as well. It is part of the buy X and get X for a penny. We'll have another look at that in detail later on, but you're going to get that for £22 or $27. For you guys platinum, that's going to be $17.60 or $21.60. Right, Lily, we'll come back and do comments just shortly, but over to you.
It's pumpkin o'clock, I think. It is time to play with that fabulous pumpkin die set. I love this one. I was saying to the guys in the break, this really reminds me, brings back the most fabulous memories of harvest festivals at school. Don't know if it's still a thing these days, but when we were little, harvest festivals were absolutely massive. For me, it was one of the highlights of the year. And just looking at this die, it brought back so many memories, which was really quite special for me. And I don't know if you guys at home will have similar memories. Maybe it's going to make you think of Thanksgiving, or perhaps you go pumpkin picking. I know that's become quite big, especially here in the UK as well, as of late. So this is going to be ideal for your scrapbooking as well. But we're talking about shape card bases when it comes to these. With that first demo, I obviously showed you that sort of traditional way of doing that tent-fold card. But of course, we're talking about card bases, but it's not called tent-fold card bases. So how about creating a different sort of card base? Let's go for an easel card for this one. I love an easel there. Like I say, easy easels, they are super easy to make, but they actually look a lot more complicated than they actually are. So let's start off with a piece of our cardstock. This is some of our textured card, just from that 12 by 12 Brights pad. I know a lot of you guys at home will already have that. So folded that in half. What you'll note here is the textured side is the side that I want to see. That's the sort of pretty side, if you like. I'm actually folding that and leaving that on the inside. Reason being is, we're going to actually be sticking our second piece, our second pumpkin, to that side, the side that's not textured, and you'll be seeing that inside. That will form the base of our card. So that's where we want the texture. That's why we want the texture inside of our card fold. It's kind of the opposite way to what you'd usually think, but that's how it works absolutely perfectly when it comes to this sort of card design. All we need to do is just hang that top edge of the die slightly over that fold of the cardstock. Otherwise, all we're going to end up doing is cutting out 2 pumpkins, which is not what we want for an easel card. So we need to make sure that we've got maybe, probably about 1/4 inch. It doesn't need to be an awful lot that that die is hanging over that edge, but just enough so that it's not going to cut us 2 pumpkin shapes. Once we're happy, a couple of pieces of our low tack tape onto there, and we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. Now, see if it makes the funny noise again, because I cannot work out. It's cutting like a dream as usual. I don't know if that back drawer was opening up, but there we go. It's run through the machine, an absolute treat, and I'm sure it will cut absolutely fine. So, taking our die out of that die cutting machine, and you can see here we actually cut through 2 layers of our cardstock. So obviously it was folded in half. So all we're going to do now is remove that tape, and do take a little bit of care as always when you're removing your low tack tape. It is low tack at the end of the day, but when it comes to going through your die cutting machine, it's just become a little bit more tacky just because of the power of our Gemini. So just take a little bit of care as always when it comes to removing that tape. So remove your tape. As always, we actually save that tape. You don't need to just use it once, use it as many times as you need. So then we've got our card base in 2. Now what all it is a case of doing is actually that front fold that we've got there, we just need to fold that again in half. And you want that bottom die cut edge to just line up with that fold. And I find it easier to just do this by hand rather than using a scoreboard. And then take your bone folder and just reinforce that line there that we've popped into there. And then just go and do the same on the back to actually reinforce that. So there we go. That is the start of our card shape, all good to go. But obviously it doesn't look quite like a pumpkin on that front side. So all we're going to do is we're going to bring in another of the die cuts that we've already done. So we've actually die cut just one full. So obviously leaving that onto our cardstock, not folding our cardstock or anything like that, just cutting the full pumpkin. Now, in the stamp set, not only do you get sentiments on this one, you also get those 2 lines. You might think when you first see them, it's a little smiley face, but not quite. Those are our actual lines that are going to put the detail into our pumpkin. And all we've gone ahead and done on this one is ink the edges, and we'll do exactly the same onto this bottom piece. We don't need to ink that top piece because we're actually going to stick that second piece over the top, but we'll go ahead and do a little bit of inking onto this bottom piece. And I love the fact that you get those stamps for the lines, for the detail included in the stamp set. We will show a technique on the second demo of how you can actually colour to add in those lines. On the smaller pumpkins, we'll actually colour those in as well. But you do have those larger lines included to pop that detail in. And all we've gone ahead and done is we've stamped those using one of our quick dry inks in our Seal Brown. And here we're using our water reactive ink in our Seal Brown just to add a little bit of colour. Does really make that pop, makes a big difference to add a little bit of ink in. And I love using linen cardstock, especially for our card shapes like these. I think that it works just as well with your Christmas card shapes as well. Just sort of gives it a slightly more, a little bit more interest without adding an embossing fold or anything like that. That subtle bit of texture. So I think your linen card works an absolute treat for these card shapes. So do definitely check out the website. I know a lot of our collections do come with our linen cardstock. I think the Venetian Grace had a lovely orange in as well.
Oh,
so
it did, didn't it? Yeah.
That would work a treat, wouldn't it?
Mediterranean Dreams as well.
Yes, that had a lovely orange in. So yeah, just have a look through your crafty stash, and like I was saying earlier, these are perfect as scrap busters. So a lot of these were little odds and remnants that I had left over in my scrap box that I used to create these cards. So all we're doing is we're popping our adhesive, tape runner for this one, just for speed, only up to that first score line, and then we bring in our second one, that full cut pumpkin that we've inked, and we've also added our detail to. And then sticking those 2 pieces together is what forms our easel card. Going to just reinforce that score line a little bit at the back, just like so, and then that gives us our beautiful easel card. But of course, with it being an easel card, as always, we need a stopper. So perfect to use one of these sentiment stamps in the collection, and we've gone for Wishing You a Harvest of Happiness. Stamped onto our multi-purpose card. Ink the edges with that same ink pad, just to get everything tying together beautifully. And then matted and layered that onto some of our craft card. That's another one that works a treat with these dies, your craft cards. So do definitely check out the website for that and get stocking up. especially with this pumpkin design. Gives it that lovely rustic feel. So that's our card base, all good to go. Only thing left missing on that is our little, what would you call that, a stalk? Yes, our little stalk to our pumpkin, and that isn't included as a separate die. So all we've done is we've cut that from our craft card, and then again we've inked the edges just to pick out that detail. A little bit of tape just along that lower edge, and then all we're going to do is just stick that onto the top of our pumpkin to really complete that design. But of course we don't just have the large pumpkin. Well, we're going to move that down a little bit. I've got a little bit of glue visible. Let's just move that down ever so slightly. But of course, like I say, we've not just got our large pumpkin, we have the smaller pumpkins included too. So let's leave that to one side for a moment, and let's bring in some of these other cute little pumpkins. I mean, these can be fabulous embellishments used completely separately from the large pumpkin. They don't just have to be decorating your card base, but they do work a treat when you layer them onto that large pumpkin card shape. So we've got a couple more shades of orange cardstock here. Again, linen textured card. It's going to keep everything tying together beautifully, and to have that lovely linen texture to all of our pumpkins.
Even just to use them on their own, isn't it? You know, in your projects.
I mean, the leaves as well. How useful are those leaves going to be? I mean, we can never get enough foliage dies in our crafty stash. They could be tucked under some of our foam flowers that we've made ourselves. They could even be in a shaker card. Lots and lots of options with all of the dies in this collection. Think of them all as standalone dies. Don't just think of them as dies to create or embellish card shapes. Think of them all as standalone dies, and you're honestly going to get so much versatility from these, just these two sets of dies. Is incredible. And of course, start to mix and match, start to use some of the items from one die set on the other, and you can again get even more options.
Imagine if you've still got elements from Autumn Blessing.
Oh, yes.
That would be nice.
Oh, the pattern papers would work a treat, wouldn't they? Maybe some of the sentiments in there, you're going to mix and match those in as well. Gosh, so many options with these. I think it's one of those, the more you start to work with these, the more you play with them, the more you think of other items you've already got in your crafty stash, you start to see the real value of these incredible dies. And stamps as well, don't forget we've got the stamps included, so maybe you'll be using those with other items you've got in your crafty stash. Honestly, the options are absolutely endless. It's amazing. I've had so much fun playing with these, and I definitely say they're the sorts of die sets that you're just going to have a play with. Just sit down with your coloured cardstock. Maybe you don't even have a project in mind. Perhaps just do a lot of die cutting and then just start to build the items together. Have a play and see all the different options you can come up with. Honestly, it is so much fun. So we'll bring back in our ink pad again for these two smaller little pumpkins that we've got here. So we're going to go around with our Seal Brown Water Reactive. For me, this is my go-to brown. It's the one I use time and time again if I want to give anything a little bit of a vintage look and feel. This is ideal. If you want to add extra detail like we're doing here, it's a great one to just give that slightly aged look. And what you'll notice here, not only do we have the die design cut, it also embosses those little sort of, oh, there's almost like the texture. I was going to say veins, but we'd say veins more for a flower or a leaf. Just the sort of detail on that, it embosses that in. So when you add your inks onto these die cuts, it brings out that detail even more and just adds that extra little bit of interest to those pumpkins. Now we've inked those two. We're going to do exactly the same with our leaves. So let's just add a little bit of our ink. Really does bring them to life. Just taking a moment to add those little touches of inks gives everything that extra little bit of depth and dimension. Exactly the same with the other two, and really craft card works an absolute treat with these. You can see how well they work in that. Leave those to one side for just a moment, but I want to add a little bit more detail to these two pumpkins. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our tri-blend brush pens in order to do that. So a little bit of scrap paper that will pop underneath, and then let's take our earth brown blend and let's go in and actually colour up our little stalk that we've got here.
Okay.
So let's start off with our lightest from that 3-pen blend. Then we shall go in with the middle, and you can see exactly where that colour needs to extend down to, because you've got that embossed line that's already been put in the die. So really there is no guesswork at all. It's super, super simple to just add a little bit of colour, a little bit of depth onto this, and it sort of segregates the two areas of the pumpkin just to finish it off really quite nicely. So
this is, I know you already said this, Lily, but this is when, for me, the linen cardstock is going to be perfect.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, for the pumpkins and that texture.
I mean, I love linen cardstock at the best of times, but I think when you've got little shapes like this that you're die cutting and layering up, I really do think it is the one to go for absolute sure. For me, the pumpkin I'd go for my textured, and then for the witch set, I think your pearl works the best. So it's nice to have sort of like the best of both worlds when it comes to the two die sets within this collection. So exactly the same with our smaller pumpkin. Then all we're going to do to finish these off is let's bring in our burnt orange blend. And you can see where we've got those embossed lines already popped in by our die. Let's go in and add a little bit more detail just using that mid-tone from our burnt orange blend. Actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to go a little bit darker. Let's go back to our earth brown blend. Let's go in with the mid-tone just to add that extra little pop of colour onto there. And this really is that finishing touch that really does elevate your creations and make everything look that little bit more professional, which of course we absolutely love. So let's just literally following those lines, nice and easy to do, and then exactly the same with the smaller one. I think I'll go with a slightly lighter brown, just with it being that paler shade of our orange, and just following those embossed lines, really easy to do, and that will just finish that off perfectly like so. Also included in the collection, I know Craig showed you this earlier, but that fabulous little sunflower. So we've cut the petals from some of our lovely yellow linen card, and then we've cut the centre. Love the fact that you get the centre separate, that makes a real difference. We've cut that from our craft card, and again, we've inked both of them. So very subtle on our petals here, just that tiniest bit of brown, and then onto our little centre as well. We've added a bit of ink to that too, just to get everything tying together nicely. Shaping our petals just a little bit to add that extra bit of dimension onto there. Does add that extra bit of sort of depth onto these, makes it look that little bit more realistic. And then to finish that off, because we want this raised up a little bit, let's go in with one of our foam pads. Of course, we've got the details on the screen for that small and large foam pad collection. Honestly, the amount you get in there is incredible. Lots and lots of foam pads in there. Whether you've got small items like we're sticking on here, of course, you've got that small foam pad kit that's going to cover those sort of uses perfectly. Or if you've got larger items like some of the ones we're going to stick on in a moment, you've also got those large foam pads. So something for every use and different depths in there as well, which is absolutely brilliant.
The other collection this would work really well with, if anyone still remembers the Be Beautiful collection.
Oh yes!
That would be really good. The bumblebees with the autumn and Halloween.
That's a great shout. I think I've got a few of those papers left actually. I think I know what I might be playing with. Love that idea. It's just, for me, it's sort of reawakened a lot of my creativity, if you like. It made me think of lots of different collections I already had and what I could sort of mix and match it with. And I think any collection that does that is absolutely fabulous. I'm always saying it's so important to, of course, we're always treating ourselves to new things, but don't forget about the old things. Don't forget about the items that you've got in your crafty stash, maybe that you've had for years. Think of how you can mix and match those in, and that really is what I call proper crafty playtime, when that really does kick in, when you bring in all of those elements together. It's where we have the most fun, that is for sure. So we're just going to start to layer this together, building up that little, almost like scene, if you like, with our pumpkins. So we've got a couple of the elements here. We're going to build up that top part of our easel, and then we're probably going to reflect that a little bit onto that base for that extra bit of detail. But having all of these elements cut and layered up ready gives you lots of elements that you can play with. Perhaps you're not going to end up using all of these on just the one card, but then you've got all of the leftovers that perhaps you're going to be using on another card, or maybe you're going to be actually decorating a matching gift box to go with these. Wouldn't that be absolutely fabulous? So don't just think about your cards, think about your gifts as well. I mean, maybe you're giving like pumpkin spice sort of themed items. I know some of the beauty shops have done sort of pumpkin flavoured goodies over Halloween time. Yeah, I'm sure they have. There was one the other day, somebody had still got some left. It was a hand cream. Yeah, it was absolutely lovely. So yeah, definitely. If you've got anything like that you're gifting, how amazing would this sort of design be on the top of a gift box?
I'm a L'Occitane guy, but I could be inclined to buy something pumpkin scented, you know, hand cream or something like that.
Yeah, pumpkin scent, it's lovely, isn't it? I do love Do love all those autumnally sort of feelings. Mind you, I was saying yesterday it felt very much like November, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
It
It's
was
like
cold.
we skipped autumn.
Oh, it was cold. It was not good. Feeling a little bit better today, but it's still not warm here, I have to say. It doesn't feel like August, that is for sure. So.
Do you know what I've started? Well, I started to watch it last year and I've carried on and started again this year. It really makes me feel autumny, is Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
The whole thing seems to always be set in like an autumn or winter period, predominantly autumn period. And I don't know, it just makes me feel, even if you watched it one episode, you would understand where it was coming from. It's got that autumn vibe every episode.
Interesting. Yeah, there's something so lovely and cosy about autumn, isn't there? I think
There
so
is.
many people love it. I think the colours are absolutely gorgeous. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really nice time of year, and it's doing all your crafting.
Yankee
for
Candles.
autumn.
Yankee Candles,
Yes.
you're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Wax Melts. They've got their new autumn one for this year. They've got 4 new ones. They've got sweet pumpkin maple scent wax melt and candle this year. It's divine.
That sounds lovely. Oh, but can you imagine just having all your little candles on, maybe having the fire on, a few sort of pumpkin flavoured treats, and doing a bit of pumpkin themed crafting? Wouldn't that be fabulous?
Oh, that would be so nice, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a Halloween crafting day. That sounds good. When it's lashing it down outside, when I stay in, stay cosy, get crafting, sounds like a good day for me. That is for sure.
I agree. I'm the same.
I love the fact as well, we get all these little tendrils included. How useful are these going to be? Nothing to do with this collection at all. You'll be using them on lots of other different makes too. And just tucking a few of those under there to finish that off nicely, adding a little bit of shape onto there so they're not so flat onto there. And then to finish that off, I think let's add a little bit of detail down that bottom of our easel card. So let's stand that up to see how much space we have got left. I think let's go for our little sunflower down there, just to mirror the one that we've got on that top left, getting everything tying together beautifully. So as ever, one of my foam pads onto the back of there. So let's just pop that so it's overlapping our sentiment a little bit, quite like that. And then I think our couple of flowers, let's have them coming out that left-hand side just for balance. We've got some detail on that right-hand side there, and so to get everything balancing, everything tying together nicely, it's nice to have that detail on that left-hand side as well. So let's bring these two together. Again, all of these leaves, all of these embellishments that I'm adding in, these are all included in the collection. You're not having to look elsewhere in your crafty stash. I mean, of course you can be. You can be bringing other elements into this collection. But if you're brand new to crafting, and this is going to be one of the first items you ever buy, you can get crafting straight out the box. That is literally using just the items within that die set, some cardstock, ink pads, a couple of pens, and that is all you need to get crafting. But super fun to pop that together.
How cute and fun is that one? So whether you know you're going to be using it for just autumn or fall, or you're going to be using it for Halloween, of course. And it's a bit, we say the same when it comes to Christmas, Halloween, the pumpkins and the witches' hats. We need them every single time of the year. Or, you know, maybe you've got a granddaughter or a daughter or a relative that love. Is goth the style? Can I say that? You know, they love the blacks. They like to wear their dark colours. That is their thing. That's what their enjoyment is. You know, maybe if you start to use it for birthday cards and that, it doesn't just have to be round about that autumn or Halloween time. But both of these sets here, these are going to be launching with Sarah and myself on the 15th of August. So this is your big first look ahead of the main launch. Now you're going to be getting the witch's hat. So that was the one that Lilly used within the first demonstration within this first look. So you've got the witch's hat, the boots, the legs, and all these embellishments as well. But then what you're going to get is the coordinated sentiment stamps too. So you've got Cheers Witches, you've got Wicked, as well as a few other ones that are going to complement this die set, but also other things coming soon. You're then going to be getting the pumpkins, so you're going to get the pumpkin die, you're going to be getting the individual pumpkins, the stalks, as well as the sunflower and the foliage as well. So that's going to come to you with, of course, your sentiments. You've got those little curvature lines that are going to be enabling you to stamp and create that curve within the pumpkin, but then you've got those coordinated, quirky sentiment stamps as well. So that is going to be your first of many Halloween launches here on Crafters TV this year. So that is going to be 15th of August with Sarah. Just to say as well, very, very quickly, Andrea was asking, when it comes to the aqua pens, can she use them to colour onto our stamp and then stamp. Absolutely. So if you have a look at this one here, Andrea, so what we've done is we've coloured over this rose stamp with one of the colours of the aqua pens and then also the foliage leaves as well. What you might have to do is the huff technique. So that is colour over your stamps and then just give it a little huff with your breath, just to build up that little bit of condensation for you to then stamp straight onto your cardstock. But you can absolutely do that for sure. It's a really good technique as well. We have got Kendra, so saying about your Halloween films, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I've never seen that one. And while it's not a Halloween movie, but it's my favourite witchy movie, The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, good film. Good film. The witch's hat also looks like a bit like a tornado. Yeah, see the things that you guys see as well. Start to incorporate them. Another one that's coming out movie-wise, Twister 2. I believe there was, I can't remember who it was within the film, there was an interview and they spent months trying to think of the name of the new film and they've come up with Twister 2. All these months of trying to think of a title for Twister 2. So there you go. Or it could have been Twisters, absolutely, Dean. That would have been a good one as well. Maybe they've gone with Twisters. Who knows by now? But yeah, I remember having a chuckle when I read that interview with one of the cast. We've also got Val Lloyd is saying, hi, Craig and Lily. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. It's my birthday. Family have popped in. Val from Southampton. Happy birthday,
Happy
Val.
birthday!
I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you've had fun seeing the family. And don't apologise, you can dip into us all throughout today. And of course, everyone can then catch up, including yourself, on YouTube afterwards. If you are having a birthday as well, then a massive happy birthday to yourself. We've then also got Sweet Imp is saying, so Grace was asking you, who's going to be buying these dies? Sweet Imp is saying, I'm definitely buying these dies. I love doing banners. These are going to be the perfect size. Awesome. Imagine, you know, someone's name as well. So you could have, let's say Craig. Say you've got your alphabet dies. Then you can have 5 pumpkins and you can have C-R-A-I-G or whatever name, of course. That's going to be a good way to use them. Lois is saying, I'm definitely going to be getting this collection. It's a must-have. It really, really is. Kirsty D is saying, I'm thinking about getting it. I don't want to think about my bank balance, though. I know, that's the only thing. Don't think about it, as Charlotte said. Don't think about it. Crafting is that enjoyment. You know what I mean? You know, all the things that you can spend money on, great thing to spend money on because, of course, you've got that enjoyment and you can use them year after year. Lynn Morton is saying, I think it would be good and nice to get, you don't find many Halloween cards. You don't. You don't find them here in the UK, do you? Sherry Morris is saying, this collection is a must-have for my crafty stash. Anne McDonald saying, when can I order these Halloween sets? It's going to be the 15th of August. So Sarah's going to be here launching them on launch day. I'm going to be the presenter for the full day, and then Sarah's going to be in for the launch day show, which is going to be middle of the day. So that's going to be 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. We've got Thea saying, that is beautiful, Lily. And we've got Tina as well saying that is a lovely card, isn't it just? Really, really is. Now I'm going to bring your eyes back to the small and large foam pad bundle because this is a 2-pack collection where you're going to get oodles and oodles and oodles of packs of foam pads. So you're going to get the pack that's giving you lots of the smaller, so it's not teeny tiny small foam pads, although they are in there. You've got some of your mediocre ones as well. Then that large foam pad bundle, you've got your larger foam pads. £22 or $27. You're going to be saving $11.98 or $12.98. I have to say, for the guys next door, certainly Emma, who thinks up these polls, crazy for the company for deals like that because these are absolute essential, but it's the benefit of you guys at home. We always need foam pads, whether you use them all the time like myself and Lily, or whether you occasionally use them like Sir Debbie Robinson, we always need foam pads. If you're platinum, that's going to come down more to £17.60 or $21.60. Just to say, the small foam pad bundle, that is the one that you now get the strips of foam pads that I was using yesterday, and also the circle foam pads as well. Both of them come in that small foam pad bundle. Ours have had kind of like a re-look at the back end, you know, earlier on in the year, and the back ends come off really, really easy. And of course, you've got those strips and the circles in that small foam pad bundle. But you're going to get them both for $17.60 platinum or $21.60 for you guys stateside. You are going to find them on shopthedaycrafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Don't forget as well, we've got our 7 days of summer going on, whereas today is day number 2, and you're going to be able to get 40% off the most expensive individual item within your basket. So have a look at the individual items that we've got across on our website. When you pop it into the basket, when it comes to the promo code, if you put in summer 40, that's going to take 40% off the most expensive individual item. Now, it does exclude bundles, it does exclude your machines, it also excludes your gift cards as well, and it also excludes August launches, which we've not really had any yet, other than Violet Studios, which is just website based. Just to say as well, it is one use per customer, and you've got up until 11:59 your time across the globe to take advantage of that summer 40 in that promo code. So it's all there for you to have a look at. There is additional little terms and conditions on the website, but that is the main ones covered for you guys at home.co.uk.com or .eu. Right, with this still being the first look, I think we're going to carry on with the first look. And because I just had a look at the die set not that long ago, and we're up to date for the comments for now, let's just throw straight back to Lily and see what we're going to do.
Let's go for it. Let's have another play with that fabulous Wicked Witch stamp and die set. Now, I've shown you how you can create your tentfold cards. I've shown you how you can create your easel cards. Let's go a little bit off piece now, and let's show you how you can use these just as toppers on your cards. So these are not just about creating those fabulous shape cards. These are the embellishments for any other shape of card you want to create. So let's go in with the Wicked Witch. And once again, of course, I'm using that fabulous bundle of Centura Pearl that we've got on the shop today. This is that black, and honestly, I absolutely love this black cardstock. I have never seen another pearl black cardstock like this one. It is just beautiful quality. It's a lovely, strong, heavy weight onto there. It's going to be perfect for so many different other colourways that you're going to be mixing and mashing this with. It's one of those, you've definitely got to have this in your crafty stash. That is for sure.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well, Lily?
Go on.
It's just dawned on me. I was thinking, that hat also reminds me of something. I'm not a big watcher of Harry Potter, but last year I went to the Harry Potter studios in London. The hat that decides what house they're going to be going in. So if you love Harry Potter, of course this isn't Harry Potter based, but the look of it, or of course if you have been to something Harry Potter World or that, if you do a scrapbook page or that, what about doing that within your craft cards or your brown cards?
Oh yeah, think of all the scrapbook pages you're going to do. Maybe, can you imagine if you're buying gifts and you bought somebody tickets to go there for, can you imagine decorating all the card? So they're going to be wowed by the card, you're going to go, oh, you know, that's Harry Potter, that's my favourite. You're going to go, I know, open the card and inside you got the tickets. Can you imagine how amazing that would be?
Could you imagine, yeah.
Wowza,
Even
love that
better,
idea.
if they think that you're going to Harry Potter World in London, which, don't get me wrong, is incredible, but then to find out you're actually going to Harry Potter in Universal in Florida.
Well, that would be quite some present, wouldn't it, quite frankly?
Present.
I mean, I'm not even a massive Harry Potter fan, but if somebody wants to get me tickets to go to Florida, I'm all for it, quite frankly.
Me too. It's my favourite park is Universal.
Oh, I've never been to the US. I would love to go. Love to go.
Love it.
But yeah,
if I wasn't
maybe one
Scottish,
day.
I would be American. That's what I've always said.
Brilliant. Love it, love it. Yeah, but think of all the other different sort of spooky looks and feels you could get with these outside of Halloween. So we've got our beautiful hat all cut out of our Centura Pearl. Got a few of the accessories that I've already gone ahead and cut out just to save us a little bit of time so we can start to actually build this together. Now this little sort of embellishment for the hat that we've got here, cut that from that gorgeous deep purple Centura Pearl. That's also included in that bundle. So if you're going for that bundle of Centura Pearl, you will be getting that purple. And doesn't that work a treat with the black? Absolutely love that colour combination. Once again, we've got the little buckle. This time, instead of going for gold, not going for gold, unfortunately.
Going for gold. Oh, you wouldn't remember that game show from years ago.
Oh, I do.
Do
yeah.
you?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yes, I do. I love all the old game shows, I have to say. But yes, not going for gold for this one, going for silver. So use some of our, and again, I'm saying it again, you need to go for those luxury cardstock packs. You will be using those time and time again with all of your Halloween products, I think. So this is the silver. This is like the satin, or as I call it, the matte mirror. And we've cut our lovely little buckle from there. I mean, what a useful die that is. Absolutely fabulous to have that included. Let's place that onto the centre there, just like so. And then again, we've got some more of the stars that we've cut. We've got some in our silver and some in our purple as well. Of course, we have the circles included too, so it's up to you whether you're choosing to embellish your hat with these stars, or if you want to use the circles, maybe you're going to use a mixture of both. Perhaps you're even going to use some of your pearls or your little pearl drops and actually create your own pattern. That would be super cool. Or perhaps you're not going to use any of those at all. However you're choosing to mix and match with this, it's completely your choice. You're going to get fabulous results every single time. It's just having a play, coming up with sort of like your own designs when it comes to these. I think that is super, super fun.
Definitely.
Love that. It's all about building your own ideas and building your own compositions, which we absolutely love. So let's place that down onto there, just like so. And then some more of the purple ones. Love the combination of the silver, the black and the purple. I think it works perfectly for all of your spooky makes. So let's start to build this up. Let's have another of our purple one.
It's just, I think what it is, you know, other than Sarah's Halloween box last year, we've not really done Halloween. Now, here on the team, many of us have been saying for a while, we need Halloween, we need Halloween. You know, but more so in the UK, although it is a big thing now, even just a few years ago, it wasn't massive.
No,
but
it wasn't.
Really has taken off in the last couple of years. And I suppose, if I'm thinking about it and being honest, probably as a company that were just judging how well it would do, because we did think and know it would do well for you guys stateside. Don't think the company, although us on the team, we knew that that box would fly out, which it absolutely did. And you wanted more, as Lily was saying earlier on, and that's what we've given you. You're going to have an incredible choice this year of Halloween items.
Honestly, I would not like to choose between them. It's one of those, it's like, oh, which ones don't I get, which ones do I get? So definitely stay tuned for that full sort of suite of Halloween launches that we've got coming up, because my goodness me, there is some goodies, that is for sure.
There is indeed.
Oh, what I love as well is there's something for every sort of style of crafter.
Exactly.
Whether you like your card shapes like these, you like cutting all your cardstock, building things up, or maybe you like the big collections where you get all your stamps, your dies, your paper pads. We have literally got everything for every sort of crafter, so it's going to be an absolutely fabulous Halloween this year here at Crafters Companion, that is for sure. So, a few more embellishments to pop onto here, of course. Our fabulous little spider's web. Again, we've drop shadowed this one, so we've cut one from our silver to go underneath, and then we've cut one from our black that we've just popped over the top of that one, offsetting that underneath layer ever so slightly. Then let's just place that underneath there, just like so. And then to complete that, let's add our lovely little spider. Let's have our spider, I think, hanging off of our hat. I think that would be quite cute. So a little bit of our tape onto there, have that hanging off something like that, and then I'll just trim off that excess that we've got at that top edge there, so it's not quite as long. There we go.
If you got our advent calendar last year, and there was a few Halloween elements in there, like a little spiderweb stencil, there was a sizable pumpkin stamp, there was additional little spiders and that. If back then you're like, how do I incorporate that all together? Bring them out now with what we've got coming up and just start to team them together.
Absolutely. Now let's bring in our card shape, because like I said, these dies are not just about creating your shape cards with the dies. We can create our other styles of concept cards with these. So I've taken some of my Centura pearl in our hint of silver. I've cut one piece down to 7 inches by 11.5. And then we've got our other piece to 7 inches by 9.5. This one, no score lines onto this one. This is going to be the back part of our diorama card. The papers that I'm using here are from, I know some of you guys at home will have this one because we had it on a US warehouse clearance a month or two back maybe. This is our template, not our template library, our paper library, that winter and fall variation. And I know we had that on amazing offer, so I think some of you guys will have this in your crafty stash already. If you don't, of course, we've got lots of amazing new launches, like we say, coming up when it comes to your Halloween launches, and maybe you've got some of the papers from last year. They will work a treat as well. So on this front piece, what we've done is we've scored at 1.5 and 2.5 on the left. Then we've just flipped it and done exactly the same, 1.5 and 2.5 on the right-hand side. And this is what forms our diorama style of card. So let's take a few strips of our patterned papers. We've laid it first up onto some of our black Centura, and then we've laid it onto some of our silver, just to get everything tying together nicely. We've got one strip that will go on the left and then the other strip will go onto the right hand side. You'll notice that I've die cut my aperture into the centre already. I'll explain that one in just a moment, but first let's pop our mats and layers onto our two side panels. That will go onto there.
The other thing you might still have is your paper library. Remember, there was a load of Halloween 12 by 12 papers in there. Again, if you felt limited in how you could have used them, if you've still got them, start to team these with these dies as well.
Definitely, and I found personally at first I was like, I'm not sure how many Halloween papers I'll have that will match, but honestly when I started to look in my crafty stash, there was a lot of papers that I already had that worked a treat with these dies. So definitely do, maybe just while you're waiting for the launch, maybe stock up on your Centura Pearl and your coloured cardstocks, and also just have a little look in your crafty stash ready before that launch that what you've got that will work with that already, and you'll start to come up with lots of ideas even before you've got the dies home.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah, Lisa's got a really good idea. If you manage to get your hands on the puffy snow, you could use that for ghosts within your cards. That would be really good.
Wow, love that idea.
Anna's saying, thank you, Craig. She loves these dies. That's regarding when these are going to be launching with Sarah on the 15th. If I wasn't here, I would probably be doing that as well, Sam. Sam is saying, I'm having a Harry Potter day as the 3 films are on today. Or as 3 of them are on today. I think they're on, certainly in the UK, they're on Netflix as well just now, as well as Sky movie channels they're on. And Marcia is saying, Hocus Pocus is my favourite Halloween film. It is a good one. I was a bit dubious as to how the second one was going to be, but they've done that well. Really good last year.
Fabulous. So we've die cut our circle apertures, and this is a little trick of mine that I always do. To make sure that you've got sort of none of that aperture from the layer below showing, rather than trying to line them all up perfectly, as I go down those back layers, I tend to just use a larger circle die. So what that means is there's no chance of that layer underneath actually showing through from the front. So just using the size that you want onto that first layer, and then so the black layer I used one size larger, the silver one size larger again, and then for our card base I used a larger size of circle. Rather than using the same circle die for every single layer and having to line it up absolutely perfectly so all those apertures were lined up flush around there, just using those larger dies means that from the reverse it still looks neat, but we've just got those larger circle dies to enable us to have that little bit of room for manoeuvre, and we don't have to line everything up perfectly. Just makes everything so much easier.
I've got a question here. I'm going to read it out, although I know that Lily is already really good at doing this anyway, and she has been doing it this morning, but Paula is saying, please, can we give dimensions for the US post? Well, I know that Lily is, like myself, we always like to give the dimensions of the cards and what we've been making, so maybe a little recap just in a minute.
Let's do it. So for this diorama, 2 separate pieces. Back piece is measuring 7 inches by 9.5, so no score lines on that, 7 by 9.5. Front piece, the one we're working on now, is 7 inches again, so it's got to be the same height, but then width-wise for this one, 11.5. Then all we're doing score line-wise is 1.5, 2.5, then just flip it and do exactly the same 1.5 and 2.5, and that will give you your 2 pieces to your diorama card. Super easy one to do, but can do it from any sort of style of cardstock you like. Here we're using our Centura, it works a treat, whether you're using your multi-purpose or even colour card, completely up to you, but a nice, easy and fun one to pop together. And in terms of actually sticking it together, you just need glue on those 2 outer sort of sections that we've got. And what I always recommend is stick one first, get that all lined up, and then go ahead and stick the second one afterwards. Rather than trying to stick 2 tabs at once and sort of fighting with 2 lots of glued up tabs, just stick one down. Once that's in position and you're happy with it, flip it over, and then literally do exactly the same on that very outer section there, just up to that first score line. Pop your tape on. I'm using my tape runner here. Would probably use my tacky glue if I was crafting at home, but just for speed, your tape runner will work a treat too. Let's line that up with that very edge, so getting edge to edge lined up with our card base. Once you're happy that that's lined up flush, then just burnish that down and you've got your diorama card.
I love that.
Nice and easy. Now, of course, let's bring in our fabulous Wishes Heart. Doesn't that look fabulous over that aperture? Just love that. And all we're going to do, a little bit of tape onto those 3 sort of outer sections there. Of course, you could place it down and add a little pencil mark if you want, but just for speed, we're going to do it by eye. I think we should be all right. We're going to risk it for a biscuit at this time on a Sunday morning. A little bit of tape onto there, and then line that up. I think we'll go with a little bit of a quirky angle. I think that will work quite nicely for this one. Let's just place that over our aperture.
Again, I'm thinking if you go for your kind of natural colours, if you do what Lily's done there, but go on with the natural colours, like your browns, maybe some of your reds, etc., do the hat, but then maybe down the side with your alphabet dies, could do something like Gryffindor, I know that one because that's Harry Potter, or Slytherin, is it?
I think that's
and then
one.
a couple of the other houses, so you're going to be able to style it out within that Harry Potter style.
Oh yeah, that would look fabulous, wouldn't it? So let's bring in our sentiment. Again, from the set, you're not having to look elsewhere for other sentiments that are going to match with this. Literally everything is included in that one stamp and die set, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Of course, as always, few foam pads behind that, just for that little bit of lift and dimension. To make that stand proud. And then we've actually got one of the stamps that's included, one of those lovely embellishment stamps. We've stamped onto our Centura Pearl, just with our black waterproof ink pad. We've fussy cut that out, of course. You know what I'm like for my fussy cutting. But it's just that balance. We've got that detail on that top right. Let's bring some of that detail down to that top left, bottom left even. And then I think to finish it off, let's bring in a couple more of these lovely spiders that we've die cut from our black Centura Pearl, just as that finishing touch. So I think let's have one hanging down from that edge there. I think that will work quite nice. And then one more just to finish off. Again, we've popped some detail on that top right. Let's balance that with something down on that bottom left. So let's bring in another of our spiders. Let's bring him, I think we'll lift that up slightly so we can tuck that in behind there. And then let's just thread that onto there. And that will be that finishing touch onto our Halloween card. Nice, fun card. Love the colourways on that. But just goes to show another way you can use these dies, not just for your shaped cards.
That is absolutely fab. What another great use when it comes to these brand new dies. Remember, these are our brand new Halloween shaped card based dies. These are the ones, these are like a continuation off of our Christmas ones that just launched not that long ago, and these are going to be launching, you know, just, well, in a week's time, just over a week's time with Sarah, 15th of August, that these are going to be launching. The witch's hat, as well as all the stamps, and then of course the pumpkin too. We'll have another look at them in a wee bit more detail just shortly, but what I do want to guide your eyes to is our Centura Pearl bundle. This is our Centura Pearl Halloween collection. Now it does say 5-piece, because technically it is 5 packs that you're getting, but it's 80 sheets in total. And this bundle has been put together specifically for Halloween in mind. Now you're going to be able to use them all throughout the year, of course, but the colours have been put together to work beautifully. So although that the launch of the shape card dies don't launch until the 15th, this is when you're going to want to stock up on bundles like these. Not just today, but have a look at bundles that you might see or colour combinations over the next week or so. You're going to get what I'm away to show you here for £22 or $34. You've got a saving of over 20%. If you're platinum, that's going to come down to $17.60, or for you guys stateside, $27.20. If you are watching from across Central Europe, you just need to, of course, go onto your website, which is .eu. You're going to find all of these here for you to take advantage of. But this is essentially, this is part of our Craft Vaults Buy X and Get X for a penny. So within this, you're going to be buying, or you're going to be paying for 3 bundles, and you're going to get another 2 for a penny. So you're going to be getting the darks. Now this is 40 sheets that you're going to be getting, and this is from our dark tones of our purples. You're going to be getting the black. I mean, how gorgeous is that when it comes to the Centura Pearl of the black? You're then going to get the brown. So you're getting the brown with the Centura Pearls. You're going to be getting that navy blue as well, and then you're going to be kind of getting that off silver at the back just here. So you're going to be getting that. You're also going to be getting a full pack of the pumpkin. So all of this is Centura Pearl. So this one here, 10 sheets, A4 in size, 310 GSM. All Centura Pearl is 310 GSM. So you're going to be getting the pumpkin, and then you're also going to be getting the black. Now it works out that these 3 are going to be £21.99 or $33.99. And then for an additional penny or cent, you're going to get the Christmas green, Now, of course, it says Christmas green, but greens are perfect for Halloween time. You're going to get the Christmas green, which is 10 sheets also, A4 in size, 310 GSM, and then you're going to get the deep purples. Now, these retail at $3.99 each, but you're going to get both of these for a penny. So you're going to be getting the deep purple as well. Once again, 10 sheets, 310 GSM, A4 in size. So essentially what that means is you're going to get all of these for £22 or $34. You're going to get a saving of 20% off that price. However, if you're platinum, that's then going to come down to $17.60 or $27.20 for all of that Centura apparel. Use it as your card bases, of course. Use it for mats and layers. Use it to die cut. Use it to emboss. Use it to foil with. You can do all of that, of course, when it comes to the Centura apparel. Great price as it is at £22 or $34. As I say, that's giving you 20% off. But if you are platinum, that's then going to come down to $17.60 or $27.20. That is definitely one of my picks of the day for you to check out on your basket, you know, in anticipation of the actual launch of our new shape card base dies and stamps, which is coming up with Sarah. Right, we're going to give you the opportunity to be checking out your basket. Although this is a first look on something that you can't get your hands on quite yet, we've been very busy this morning. I think many of you are absolutely taking advantage of the Halloween style colours of cardstock, etc., that we've got on the website. So we're going to be back in a couple of minutes after this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family.
I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people, not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
It may be Sunday, but we're having a busy show today. I think many of you have been checking out that website already. Please do check it out because, of course, across on crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, you're still going to find the selection of 50% off items. So when you go into the home page, you'll see a lovely red box with Sarah that you can click onto, and you're going to see many elements. Everything, you'll still get your Club Inspire on, of course. But what we've also got as well, you've not seen on Crafters TV, but we've got a few new Violet Studio launches. If you love the new babies, we've got one there that's going to be perfect. And then if you love your doggies, then of course you're going to find a new collection there for you to check out as well. Absolutely beautiful. And even with Violet Studio, you'll still get your Club Inspire on top of that. Now, even although that we are going into autumn time and fall time, we do have our 7 days of summer going on. We're on day 2, where you can get 40% off your most expensive individual item within your basket. So when it comes to what you are going to be popping into your basket, you need to at checkout put Summer 40. Now, for that to work, everything within the basket that you're going to get 40% off, it needs to be an individual item, and that individual item you are going to get 40% off. It does exclude bundles, it does exclude your gift cards and your machines as well, and any August launches, which really are what I was just referring to a moment ago from Violet Studios. It is 1 use per customer, and it is going to end at 11:59 and 59 seconds, to be precise, your time across the globe. So wherever you are across the globe, you've got up until then to take advantage. As I do say, it's 1 use per customer, and it's all on individual items, where 40% is going to be taken off the most expensive item. That is with Summer 40 in the promo code. If you're unsure, let's put our hands up and be honest. We all do it. I do it as well. If I've got a code for a website, I'll try it anyway. Give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? I'll just say invalid code. I do it on all the other websites that I shop at, so give it a shot. But just to let you know, it is on individual items, and it's the most expensive item. But let's go back. Let's have another look at these first look dies, and then we're going to go straight back to Lilly for another demonstration before the end of the show. These are launching with Sarah on the 15th of August, and myself too. Now, these are your shape card based dies. These are a continuation from our Christmas ones that you've seen just recently. We've got our witch's hat and boots and legs, and we've got all the embellishments to go with them. You're then also going to get these quirky sentiment stamps as well. Happy Halloween, Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet, as well as a few other ones as well. Have a fabulous birthday too. That's going to be within the set, and then you're also then going to be getting the pumpkin die as well. So you've got your outer die to create your shape card base, and you're also going to get your individual pumpkin, sunflower, as well as the foliage parts too. Then with that one, you're going to get your stamps as well. So you're going to get a couple of curvatures to create that curve within the die cut pumpkin, and then you've got some of your sentiment stamps as well, including a few Thanksgiving stamps too, for you guys stateside and anyone else across the globe that do like to celebrate Thanksgiving if you are American but out of America. So that's going to be with Sarah as well. Not this week coming, but the following on the 15th. Do check out your baskets when it comes to the Centura Pearl bundle. Many of you have done. That is certainly one of the most popular items set this morning here on Crafters TV. But what we can do is we can go straight back to Lilly, where we're going to have another demonstration when it comes to our first look dies.
We certainly are, and let's go ahead and let's do something a little bit different with that fabulous pumpkin spice set. I'm actually going to create a box for this one. So I'm going to do a little bit of cutting. I've already done some of the cutting. I've shown you how fabulously these cut through our die cutting machine. So I'm just going to die cut a couple of the elements here. So again, from that orange textured cardstock, we're cutting that main pumpkin die. And then from our craft card with cutting, I just wanted to call that handle. That it's definitely not a handle, it's a stalk. The handle for your pumpkin. We're cutting the stalk from our craft card. And let's run that through our Gemini die cutting machine. Now, these would be absolutely perfect for all of your treat boxes, for your little bags for going trick-or-treating. Perhaps they're going to be little boxes you're going to have on a table. Maybe you have a Thanksgiving or Halloween-themed dinner, and you're going to fill these maybe with little treats for after dinner or little gifts to have on the table. That would work absolutely brilliantly with these as well. Don't just think about your cards, but here we're going to use them to create a box, which I think would be amazing, filled with all your little candies. So running that through our die cutting machine gives us our gorgeous pumpkin shape. And then to complete that, we also have our little stalk for our pumpkin as well. So I love the fact that we've included that as two separate dies, because that gives you options. It gives you that ability to cut them from your two different shades of cardstock, which makes things super easy. Now, earlier I showed you how we can actually ink these up to give us lovely effects. And I'll show you how you can actually use those stamps that are also included to give you the curvature onto there.
Okay.
But how about doing something a little bit different and actually bringing in some of our pens? So let's start off by adding a little bit of shading to our stalk. So let's go ahead with our earth brown blend. And I find your tri-blend brush pens work an absolute treat for colouring these images, just to give you that lovely flicking technique. I think that works brilliantly with all of these die cuts. So you can see within here we've actually got some of the embossed detail lines that die is put in for us, and all it is a case of doing is literally just flicking and following those detailed lines that are already included as part of that die. A little bit of scrap paper underneath just to protect my surface when we're working with these pens. So that's our lightest of the three colour tone. So once I'm happy with that, let's go into our mid-tone. Add a little bit more depth and shading. I'm not going crazy when it comes to all of our shading onto here. Just want to add a little bit of dimension, that little bit of extra added depth onto there. And then finally, let's just add a little bit with the darkest of our three pen blend. And very quickly and easily, we have built up the shade onto our stalk, and that will go behind there. And doesn't that make a big difference?
Big difference.
Love that. So then let's go ahead with our actual, I nearly called it pumpkin body. Blimey me. Handles, bodies, what am I on about today? Dear oh dear. But let's go ahead with this particular section here. I'm going to bring in a larger piece of scrap cardstock just because this is obviously a little bit larger. So let's go ahead with our burnt orange blend. Again, our tri-blend brush pens is what we're using for this. All it is a case of doing for our curvatures is following where we've got the little dip at the top, curve round to meet that little dip at the bottom. I'm just using this sort of like sketchy, flicky technique, so easy to actually achieve. I'm just going over a couple of times to sort of build up that line to give it that extra sort of thickness onto there. So it's just the 4 lines, just a different technique rather than using your stamps. Of course, we saw in that first demo that these stamps work an absolute treat with these, but you don't have to use your stamps every single time. You can use your pens as well. And of course, you could be doing this same technique with those aqua pens that we've got over on the shop of the day. So if you prefer your water-based mediums, then they will work wonderfully too. And then just a case of adding a few more lines onto here, just to start to build up that colour onto our design before we go back in with one of our darker pens within that 3 pen blend. You can see how easy it is, especially when you've got your textured cardstock. I think it gives you such a lovely look and feel to your die cut pieces, bringing in that linen card. And this is from our Brights 12x12 pack. I know we've brought this to you in the past, so I'm sure a lot of you guys will already have this in your crafty stash at home, but if
No
not,
doubt.
have a look at the other ones you've got. Have a look at your Venetian Grace, have a look at your maybe Colour Your World, have a look at your Mediterranean Dreams, and just have a look at the orange cardstocks, the linen card that you've already got in your stash, and I'm sure you'll find something that will work absolutely perfectly. So now we're going in with our mid-tone that we've got within this 3 pen blend, and starting to add a little bit of shading just onto certain areas and around the edge of our pumpkin, starting to really bring this to life. You don't need to be an expert colourist at all to work with these. It is just literally a case of building up that colour with that flicking motion. That's why I find your anything with the brush nib. So we're using our tri-blend brush here, but it could equally be your illustrators if you so choose. Anything with that brush nib will give you that really easy to achieve effect.
So dimensional.
Doesn't it? But so easy. You can see there practically is no technique when it comes to these. Very, very easily. And then let's go in to complete this with our darkest within that 3 pen blend. That lovely burnt orange, and I've found that's definitely the best colour tone to go for with these pumpkins, your burnt orange blend. And then let's just finish that off with a few flicks to give that little bit of dimension. So super easy to create, so much fun though, and just to show you a different technique to using those stamps.
Remember, we've got just under 15 minutes left of the show. If there is anything you want to ask Lily, whether it's about these or maybe you've got a crafty question you want to ask, and of course, feed that through to Grace, but then both myself and Lily, we're still going to be back the rest of the day. So if you think of anything else later on, then of course you can get in contact with the social. As I say, it's Grace that's on within this show here, and I can fire them across to Lily.
Certainly will, yeah. Any sort of crafty conundrums that you've got, let us know and we will do our very best. So we've got our pumpkin there, all coloured in and good to go. We've also got our little stalk here, also all coloured in. Let's just bring the two together. So all we need is a little bit of tape just along that lower section of our stalk. And then those two layer together super easily, just like so. So just taking a minute to line that up to get it in position. Once you're happy, burnish down. All we've gone ahead and done already though is exactly the same once again with our pumpkin. So just making sure, yep, those are the same way. So we've got our pumpkin die cut and coloured using that exact same technique that you've just seen, and the same with our little stalk. And we're going to again layer these two together to form us our second pumpkin. And it should all become clear in just a moment.
Okay.
Leave those two to one side. Now I said we were going to do a box, and all we've gone ahead and done is created our own box. So our card is measuring 9 inches, yep, 9 inches by 10.5. We've scored in at 3.5 and 7. And then on the other side, we have scored in at 3.5 and 5.5, which is giving us our box. We've just trimmed off the tabs, just makes it an awful lot easier rather than having your large tabs. But before we construct this, I think we'll add our decoration onto here. So we'll have one pumpkin on the front side. So lining that up, need to add our tape. I think it'd be a little bit easier to add our tape onto the box side instead of onto our decoration, just to make sure we don't add too much tape where we don't want it. So let's add our tape onto one side of our box.
Why does that remind me of a scarecrow?
I can see that actually.
Or
yeah.
even when you put the pumpkin head out there.
That's more so, isn't it? Yeah.
It's more like, it reminds me of a pumpkin. Now I'm thinking of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, what a film that is. That is a
Pumpkin
good old
Scarecrow,
film.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, lining our pumpkin up, or scarecrow, or whatever you want it to be. I'm sure you creative guys at home could think of a way you could turn this into a scarecrow. I know what you guys are like. You are so creative. I'm sure you'll be thinking now how you can make your own pumpkins and scarecrows and all sorts from these. But exactly the same onto the other side, some tape onto there, and then we'll pop our pumpkin onto that side, and that will give us our two sides of the box all nicely decorated. And then I think what we'll do next is, we'll build our box first. So all we need to do in order to do that is just some tape onto our tabs. At home I'll be using my red liner tape just for speed. Let's go in with our tape pen. Will still give us that lovely grab onto there. And then just onto the two tabs that we've sort of hidden. Let's get some of our tape onto there. I definitely recommend at home when you've got a little bit more time to actually just stick one tab at a time, a bit like we did with our diorama card, but just for speed, let's go ahead and stick them all at once. So the same technique as any sort of box making that we do, just literally lining up our tabs and sticking them behind. Super, super simple. Just with the pumpkin decoration, doesn't make it any more difficult to make it into one of our boxes. So one tab at a time, line it up with the corresponding side. Once you're happy that's in position, burnish that down to sort of activate that glue. Oh, I've lost a stalk. We'll stick that back on in just a moment. And then just last side like so. And that gives us our really cute little box, nice and easy. Let's go ahead and re-stick our stalk there. Let's decide it's going to run away. So a little bit of tape onto the back of there, and then we can re-stick that into position just like so. So we've got our front and our back, and then on one of the sides, let's add a little bit more decoration. So we die cut some more of those pumpkins, our large and our small, or our medium or our small really. And then we've done that same technique that we did with our large pumpkin, so adding that shading onto there. And then it's just a case of layering these up and starting to build a little bit more of a scene onto our box. So let's have that little one onto the left-hand side. And then again, let's bring in our other pumpkin. And if you are stuck for inspiration, you do get a finished sample photo included on the front of your packaging as well, so that's something to get you started. Maybe that's going to be your first make, just recreating that gorgeous finished card that we've got on there. But of course, the more you play with these, I think the more ideas that will be coming to mind with these. It's one of those, just sit down, have a play, cut them all out of your different colours of cardstock. Maybe you're going for that Centura Pearl bundle, just get a low cut out and then just start to build things together and see how everything works together absolutely perfectly. Let's bring in our
Great
flower
box if
onto
you're
there.
going trick-or-treating, or guys in for us in Scotland.
Oh gosh, yeah, it'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
It would be
work
absolutely perfect.
Amazing.
Sweet Imp is asking, good question, fire it across. Shape memory books, is that a possibility?
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely. Just you'll cut one for your front, one for your sort of back, and then you can create your own spine and you'll be good to go. Wouldn't that be amazing? Love that idea.
So good.
Yeah, definitely give that one a go. And then to finish this off, just super quick, we've got some of our lovely little leaves that again we've die cut from our craft card. We've gone in again with that earth brown blend to add that little bit of detail and that extra little bit of colour. We'll add a few of these onto here just to finish this off nicely. But I love how everything works together perfectly. Doesn't matter if you want to really go to town with these or you want to keep it a little bit more simple, a little bit more stripped back. Absolutely, you've got the options when it comes to this fabulous collection.
Lorraine's saying, which is a really good and fun idea, you could use the legs from the witch's hat underneath the pumpkin to make it look as though the witch's legs underneath the house in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I love it.
How
what
cool
a
is
fab
that?
idea.
Love
you
that
guys
idea,
have the
Lorraine.
best ideas, honestly. You really, really do. So creative. And I think maybe to finish it off, yeah, let's go in with a swirl just to finish it off nicely. Yeah, of course you get all these embellishments included, so let's just go and add that on, and that will finish off our little pumpkin box. Of course you could decorate the front and the reverse if you want, but for this creation we're just recreating, just sort of adding that onto the front side, but recreate that on the reverse if you want. How easy is that to create your very own little pumpkin treat box? Will be amazing to go trick-or-treating with that. Be fabulous on the dinner table, but super cute and super easy once you got the dies.
That is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Just another incredible make, of course, from our new shape card based stamping dies that are going to be launching on the 15th with Sarah. Now we're just about out of time with the show, so let's go back to Lily and we'll do a demo of the show and see which one, I'm glad I'm not having to choose, but what one you guys are going to decide upon as being demo of the show.
There you go. Let's have a little look what we've got. So we started off with that intended concept, creating our fabulous little shape card using that lovely Wicked Witch, and it is freestanding, of course. That's demo number 1. Demo number 2, we went for our easel card using that gorgeous pumpkin. Demo number 2. Demo number 3, we mixed it up a little bit and we went for our diorama card created using those fabulous witch's hat. Demo number 3. Or demo number 4, the one we've just popped together, creating our own treat box with our pumpkin. Demo number 4. So 1, 2, 3 or 4, what's it going to be? Get those votes in.
Excellent. You've got a couple of minutes and Grace will feed through the result for that one. My friend's in. Catbutt from Montrose is in saying Lily, the box queen. So pretty. We've got Melanie D saying love the pumpkin die. Lois is also saying a very sweet pumpkin box. Thank you, Lily. And then we've got, and we all struggle, so I apologise. Is it Altage? Is asking. It's actually asking me, but what I'll do is I'll fire across to Lily with being on the demonstration side. She's saying, I have a problem with scoring lines. My lines become ugly. Paper will not stay straight. What am I doing wrong?
I can't quite think what she means.
So I'm not sure if it just means when a card or paper's on the scoreboard. I would have thought if you're meaning scoring lines.
Right. If you look at any of our scoreboards, what we have is what we call a butt bar. So whenever you're scoring using any of our scoreboards, I know it's a bit of a manky sheet cardstock, but you can see you've got your measurements along the top there. Make sure you're always butting your cardstock up right up against that line, and then just have your hand to making sure you're anchoring that in position. If it's straying away from that line, or maybe it's slightly crooked, you might get a crooked score line. So always line that straight up against that butt bar, whether you're working from the left-hand side if you're doing your box lids, or if you're working from the right-hand side and you're doing that box bases. Make sure every single time you're butting that cardstock up against that butt bar, and you cannot go wrong.
That's great. Thank you for that one. Thank you, Lily. If it wasn't quite what you were meaning, do let us know within the next show. We'll come back also, and if you want to send me your name in that what is it they call it? Phonetically way? If I'm pronouncing it wrong?
Yeah.
Then let us know. Right, we've got a result already.
Already? Good grief, that was quick.
The result is in already, and I'm not surprised though, Lily. It goes to number 4.
Thought so. There we go. I always say I can never call it, but I did have a feeling it would be number 4. For once, I was right, but I loved creating that. But you saw how easy it was. So get those dies in just a couple of weeks, and you could be creating these. Think of doing multiples of these for all of the kiddies, perhaps in your neighbourhood. Wouldn't that be fabulous? But thank you very much. Demo of the show.
Absolutely fab. So there we go. That's going to go against Lily herself later on for demo of the day.
I do hope I win.
I hope you win.
I hope I do.
Something's seriously wrong if
Be
you don't win today.
Be a bit worried if not. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think
Fingers
pretty much. If I was a gambling man, I would put money on the fact that you're going to win today.
But we'll see. We shall see.
Gamble responsibly, of course. Right, let's have a look at a few finished examples when it comes to these dies here. There's so many ways in which you can use them. Cards, memory books, scrapbook pages, home decor. These dies are enabling you to create the card blanks. However, you can then come along and do your home decor items as well, bringing in all of your different inks, of course. But then what about, there's one that I found when I was talking about your rocker cards. So if you've got our rocker template library element or your shape card bases, start to use them in conjunction with them. What about things building up your scene when it comes to things such as your Z-fold cards, going in with your pattern paper that we can see within that one there. Alison's done that one. Alison's done a few of these ones. Cheryl's done that rocker card that we've seen a moment ago, as well as that home decor piece. But then what about what Alison's done here? By die cutting, folding down the centre, and then just back to back all the way around, adding these embellishment die cuts there as little detailed decoration. That's the pumpkin. But then we've seen how you can use the witch's hat in that card blank form that Lily showed you. But once again, doing things such as your Z-fold cards, you can do your concept cards, your shutter cards, you can do things such as your diorama cards, theatre cards, maybe going to make a focal point with pattern papers that you've got or may potentially be getting, or then using the actual outer die itself to create a shaker element. We've all got sequences, we've all got glitters, etc., within our stash, or maybe you just want to take your sequence dies that you've got from us and cut them into your green cardstock, your mirror cardstock. What about that Halloween Centura Pearl bundle that you guys are going crazy for today? That's there on the website for you to check out as well. Remember, this was all about the first look when it comes to our Halloween shaped card base dies. Thank you very much, Lily. Thank you so much for these incredible demonstrations.
Thank you. I've had a blast. Honestly, I absolutely love these dies. I know you're the same, Craig.
Absolutely.
They are just fabulous. You guys at home, make sure you tune in when they launch in just a few weeks' time. I've had a blast. Next show, as always, is going to be fabulous, so make sure you stay tuned for the full day.
Absolutely. The next show is going to be 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. We're going to open up that craft vault once again. This is more of buying X and getting X for a penny. However, if you think, well, I saw you and Corin last night, Craig, I'm going to head out and give it a miss. Don't, because we've got some deals that weren't on the show yesterday for you to check out. Of course, you can shop ahead across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com/.au. Then we'll be back again for our Second Chance Sunday, 6 o'clock here in the UK to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Thank you very much for Grace for all your help as well this morning. As a team, we're all going to be back, as I said, in about an hour's time for that craft vault. Now, don't miss out on that Halloween card bundle when it comes to the Centura Pearl. You're absolutely going to be using that in its droves when these dies launch. Right, we're away to go and grab some lunch. We, all as a team, will be back in an hour's time for that craft vault.